In the last 28 days on FC25, I've spent hours and hours on gathering data on every single penalty I could get my hands on. I've analyzed penalties that I took or was taken against me, and also every YouTuber and Twitch streamer I follow. So from all that data, I found an algorithm that guarantees you a far better ratio at your penalties.
If you need coins to buy high-end players and make your dream team, you gotta check out lootbar.gg and their ridiculously low prices. Their prices are already 10% cheaper than any other platforms, and I've got you another 8% off by using my code OMID. Plus, after you purchase, you receive a free 5% extra coins, more than the amount you actually ordered. Many familiar faces in the content creators community are using Lootbar services, so you know you're in safe hands. And with a super fast and safe delivery system, you can have your coins within 30 minutes. So make sure to check out lootbar.gg and their amazing prices, and don't forget to use the code OMID to get that extra 8% off. The link is in the description.
My goal was to find a pattern that increases my chance of coming out on top on every single penalty shootout. So did I find a pattern? Yes, I did. So here's all the data I gathered, and it's organized in 4 categories: penalty kick taker, which direction the shot was taken, the direction the goalie dived, and whether or not the penalty was converted. Making this took me hours of my time, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first person in the world doing anything quite like this on such a scale. So if you take like 2 seconds of your time to support the channel by just simply smashing the like button, I would really appreciate it. So as you can see, I've submitted almost 1500 penalties. That's crazy. And I didn't even take into account the penalties that were off target. To keep the results pure, this way it's much more easier to find the most optimal way to score your penalties or save the ones that are taken against you. So all of you know by now, in FC25 there are 5 directions to shoot from the spot: top left, top right, bottom right, and down in the middle. So by all the rules of math, a penalty has an 80% chance of going in. In my data, out of 1,447 attempts, 1,153 were successful, which would be a 79.7%, so the numbers check out. And when I analyzed the directions of shooting, there was a slight pattern. Instead of 20% per direction as you would expect, you can clearly see down the middle is where people are least likely to shoot. And when they go for the sides, they're clearly favoring going to the top corner options more than they would opt for the bottom corners, with a slight favor toward the top right option. So if you're conceding a penalty by diving your goalkeeper to the top corners, you're already making yourself 20% more likely to make a save. Well, actually it's a 10% because it's still a 50-50 to go left or right. So what about when we're behind the ball attempting a penalty? Again, I ran the same numbers with the goalkeeper diving directions, and to my surprise, the numbers were almost dead even at 20% for each direction. And again, goalkeeper seems to dive for the top corners slightly more often than they go for the bottom, so shooting your shots low would be optimal, but the difference is really ignorable. So was that it? Did I just spend like 50 hours trying to find a pattern that is not there? Absolutely not. At this point I was desperate, obviously not happy with the numbers I've pulled, so I started to ask my friends, how do you guys take your penalties? Is it random or do you have a plan? One said I always shoot it top left, one said Panenka, most of them were going randomly, but that one golden friend said, I always shoot it like a finesse shot, it gives me the most satisfaction when it goes in. And then it hit me. So what if people didn't randomly choose the direction they were going for? What if subconsciously they're going for the more satisfying shot animation? So if that's the case, yeah, if it's always trying to shoot it towards a finesse angle, that would mean a right-footed taker would shoot it to the top right, but a left-footed player would go top left. That's how I gotta sort out my data, that's how I'm gonna find the magic algorithm. So when I divided my penalty takers by their preferred foot, the randomness of the numbers shattered. For the right-footed players, more than 36% of shots were shot at the top right corner, which is a crazy difference compared to all the other options. Left-footed players go even crazier with a staggering almost 39% of the shots going for the top left corner. Like, do you understand what it means when you're on a penalty shootout and each team has like 5 penalties to take and you have this sort of knowledge? Numbers suggest that by diving towards the finesse angle, you will save almost 2 out of their 5 penalties every single time, which would be a game changer. And finally, running the same numbers of the goalkeeper diving direction considering the strong foot of the penalty kick taker, the difference is not groundbreaking, but still, the most optimal direction to shoot from the spot would be exactly the opposite direction of a finesse shot. Let it be bottom left if your penalty taker is a righty, and bottom right if your penalty taker is a lefty. So, to wrap everything up, by watching this video following the algorithm, you now have a 37% chance of saving a penalty, almost double of your previous 20% chance, which is a huge 17% increase. That's crazy. And almost 86% chance of scoring your penalty, which adds another 6% to your favor compared to the 80% you had previously. Remember, this is the numbers talking, not me. And also keep in mind that in a penalty shootout, don't continuously keep going bottom left, bottom left, bottom left. If you have 3 right-footed players taking your pens right after another, your opponent will probably pick up on that. But keep diving towards the finesse angle with your goalkeeper and you're gonna see the magic. Make sure to give this one a try on a friendly game with a few of your friends without telling them first, and let me know down in the comments how it works out for you. That's it for today's video everyone, thank you so much for watching, please leave a like and subscribe, it would help out my channel massively. This is the end of this episode and hopefully I will see you on the next one.